We're ready. Hearing no non-disclosure.
Good afternoon. This is cause number 2009-61079 in the interest of Aubrey and Isabella Romero. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Henrietta Danielle Garay, and I'm the mother.
Yes, sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
William Romero, the father.
And for the state.
Angela Jeffries, Your Honor, for the Office of the Attorney General.
All right. All right, this is a suit for modification of support order and motion to confirm support arrearage. Do we have any, we're having a hearing, do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
All right, let's read those into the record.
Yes, sir.
And the issue, as I understand, is going to be non-disclosure?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's all? Okay, let's have the stipulations then.
Your Honor, the parties have stipulated that a child support judgment in the amount of $3,397.88 was entered against Mr. Romero as of February 28, 2021, and that he will pay out of $40 per month beginning April 1st of 2021. Parties also stipulated that the medical support judgment will be $4,196.79 as of February 28, 2021, and that Mr. Romero will pay on that amount at $20 per month beginning April 1st of 2021. Further stipulated with the Office of the Attorney General that we will not seek the request for modification at this time. And finally, as far as the court costs, that they will be billed to Mr. Romero and that he will pay those by May 1st of 2021.
Mr. Romero, is that your agreement so far?
I wasn't sure. I wasn't told about the court fees, but the rest, yes, I agreed on. The court fees, I'm not sure where that came from.
Well, there's court cost in filing this lawsuit, so somebody has to pay for it.
Can I split it with the other party? Is that possible?
No, I'm not gonna. That gets to be too. That gets to be too.
What is the cost of
complicated.
the court fee? Sorry, just so I know.
I don't know exactly. It's not any huge amount by any means, but
Okay. Well, I mean,
but I don't know exactly what that costs. But anyway, so far this is your agreement. Is that correct, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Romero? All right.
Yes, sir.
Miss Garay, so
Yes,
far
sir.
this is your agreement so far.
Yes, sir.
All right. I can't see your face, Miss Garay. You got your head in. There we go.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, Ms. Jeffries, then the issue is non-disclosure. Let's proceed.
Your Honor, the state calls Henrietta Danielle Garay. Ms. Garay, you are the mother of Aubrey Romero, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and today you're asking this court to not disclose your address going forward, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you asking the court to not disclose your address in the order going forward?
Due to I've had the cops call to my house for well checkups when the children are fine, and I've been harassed on the phone repetitively when things are not, I guess, going in his favor.
Okay. Does Mr. Romero currently know where you reside, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and do you believe him having your address will cause you harm or harassment?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you mentioned that he's called the police out for wellness checks. How many times has that occurred?
Uh, ballpark, about maybe 30 times.
30 times. Okay. And has Mr. Romero ever shown up at your house unannounced besides the police showing up?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. And so because of the wellness checks that he sends out for the police, you're asking that the court not disclose your address due to that harassment.
As well as the phone harassments, yes.
Okay. And you mentioned the phone harassment. What exactly is happening that would make you deem that harassment via the
Because he has harassed me about money that he feels that he's owed that I shouldn't have received. And he's tried to get me to get him off child support because he can't afford it. And he just kind of gets outraged with me when it comes to those types of situations because I tell him, no, I'm not going to do it because I have done it plenty of times in the past and I'm just refusing to keep doing it.
Okay. And how many times has he reached out to you about this for you to deem it or for you to classify it as harassment?
And this past 2 years, it's been about 10 different times on 10 different occasions. It just happens sporadically.
Okay. And well, I actually have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
Mr. Romero, do you have any questions for Ms. Garay?
I don't feel it necessary to not know where my children live.
Do you have any questions for her, sir? I'm going to let you make a statement
I'm
later.
sorry.
But
Questions. Yeah. Why 30 times? I don't know why she would use that number. I don't even think law enforcement would agree to do that.
Objection, Your Honor. That's not a
No,
question.
there's no questions.
well, no. Why
Besides that-
30 times? The question
Yeah,
is
why 30 times?
why
that
30
number?
times, Ms. Garay?
Because that's how many times overall since I've had the kids in my possession that he has done that to me because he's not getting his way. And it's been a nuisance.
You have another question for her, sir?
No, that's it.
All right. Were you going to say something about not knowing where she lived?
Well, yeah. I'd hate to talk about the past because I know people have changed in life. I know I'm a different person. I know she is.
Well, I mean, you're opposed to.
But my position on that.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you were opposing.
Yes, sir. I am opposing that. Yes.
Okay, hold on. All right, Ms. Jeffries, call your next witness.
Thank you. The state calls William Romero. Mr. Romero, you're the father of Aubrey and Isabella Romero. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Now, you've heard Ms. Garay's testimony. She does not wish for you to have her address. Are you in agreement with that or do you oppose that?
I oppose that.
Okay. And why do you feel like you should have her address, sir?
The main reason why is because my daughters live there with her.
Okay. Now, she made I guess, a statement, or she testified that you sent the police to her house about 30 times to do wellness checks. Is there any truth to that, sir?
There is some truth to that. I mean, if she wants to do a ballpark figure of 30 between the lifetime of my oldest, from the time that she's had my children, their entire life, which has pretty much been 12 years. Our oldest is 12. I still think that's a high number. I have done wellness checks at other addresses and the current address she has, but there are valid reasons behind that. There was a point in time where I never heard from my daughters. I didn't hear anything from my daughters for an entire week. I'll call her if she doesn't tell me anything. Her thing is, I don't have to talk to you. So I pay for my daughter's cell phone bills and I buy my daughter their phones. I think recently she did buy our youngest daughter a phone, but I pay that bill every month religiously.
Okay.
And that's how I'm able to keep in contact with my daughters. So when things like that occur, yes, I will do a wellness check. Or if I'm being told that they're being mistreated at the home by residents other than the mother, then yes, I will do a wellness check. I'm sorry.
On average, how many times have you said you called, would you estimate you called the police to do it?
Total, I would say no more than 10 times. Total.
Over what period? What time?
A lifetime of our daughter's lifetime, yes.
Okay.
Our oldest is 12.
Okay, so over 12 years. Now, you said that you had some concerns about their well-being. Have you ever filed anything in the courts to address their
Just for
well-being?
the past, yes, ma'am. In the past, we did have issues with CPS on her accord. But she did go through the programs. She did complete them. I mean, that's the reason why she still has them. And
Okay.
I've never really felt that she would truly harm them. But I just, being their father, and I love my daughters extremely. I always have and always will. I think I deserve to know where they live.
Okay.
That
Now,
would
have you? Okay. Now, she mentioned that you've reached out to her and harassed her on the phone about, not paying child support. Is there any truth to that? Yes or no?
We've had differences on the arrear amounts and credit that I felt that was due to me. I think that's what she's talking about. And yeah, and that's usually just after we've probably had a spat for whatever reason. I mean, this is life. We go through things. Sometimes I feel a certain way, sometimes she does. And so we don't always agree on things. And Danielle doesn't really like to communicate with me. So it's kind of difficult sometimes to express myself with her about how I feel about certain things. And I feel like she just shuts me down and doesn't listen. So I wouldn't say I'd do anything threatening. I've never said anything I think that would make her believe that I would harm her or something. I might not talk in the nicest way sometimes, but that's also given back to me. And I'm not saying that's the reason why I'm doing that. And I'm not saying what I'm doing at the time is right. But
I'm sorry, Jan. I'm just going to object.
Yeah.
Going into a narrative.
But
All right. No, you've answered the question early on.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And just, Mr. Romero, do you currently know where Ms. Beret lives?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And do you believe it's any truth to the statement that if you did have her address, you would harm or harass her or, continue to send the police out?
No, ma'am, I haven't done that. But no, I don't. I mean, I don't do that. I told you the only reason why I would is when I don't hear from my daughters. That's the only time. And I never go there uninvited. I've never done that. I don't believe in it.
Okay. But you also stated that your children have phones and now you're able to communicate with them directly. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Now, that wasn't always the case before. But even at that time, she does punishments where she'll take the phones away. So I mean, I still don't have access whenever things happen over there, and she deems it to take the phones away. So
okay. So it's your belief that based on your testimony, you should have access to where she currently resides?
if my children are residing with her in the address, yes, I believe so.
Your Honor, I have nothing further for this witness. I pass the witness.
Ms. Garay, you have any questions for Mr. Romero?
Well, it's not a question. It's more like
I'll let you make a statement
Oh.
later on, but right now.
Okay, no, I don't have any questions. No.
All right, I have a question. Where does he pick up the children for visitation?
I drop him off to his home and then he drops them back off to my home.
All right, so he wouldn't know where to drop them off if he didn't know
Oh,
your address,
yes.
right?
Well, the way it was set before is we meet in a public place because of the fact that he has put his hands on me before in the past.
When
So that's why that hasn't.
When was that order?
That was back in 2012, I believe. And I never changed it. I kept it the same way because I still do not
2000.
fully trust that he's 100% genuine.
2012?
See a
Yeah,
2015 order. I don't see a 2012 order.
Or it might be 15 then, because I've been dealing with him for so long.
There
this
is a
stuff.
2016 order. Let me see.
I think it's 15, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
I think it's
Yeah, it might be
15.
15 because the last time we did an order was the 18th.
I see December 8th of 2015, Your Honor.
Okay.
December 8th of 2015. I don't have an order in this file. Let me make sure I've got the right file. Garay and Romero. I don't have anything for
We've
2015.
never gone to court in December. I don't think.
Let me check, Your Honor.
Hey, I'm busy. Not right now.
Motion granted by agreement. There was some kind of mediated settlement agreement in 2014.
Yeah, I think that's when I did it. I agreed to certain things that I regret agreeing to now because I wanted to get him off of my back. And obviously that didn't work. He came back even stronger against me.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I think I see the order from 2010, I want to say.
That's
that
the
what you see?
original, that's the original default judgment order. And that
Correct.
has pickup and delivery at her home.
Yeah, there's one. I have it here somewhere. I don't know where, but it has it where we were supposed to meet at a Wells Fargo bank when I lived on 6425 Bankside.
There's
We were
also
to meet at a Wells Fargo at that
April
time.
4th of 2014. April 4th of 2014, Your Honor.
Let me see. Motion granted by agreement. Agreed order and suit affecting parent-child relation. Okay, let me look at that.
Yes, that does say on page 8 of 21 that pickup and drop off shall be at a Wells Fargo Bank, 6607 Southwest Freeway.
But you're not doing that. Is that correct, Ms. Sedai?
No, sir, not anymore. Until he, if he physically comes at me, then yes, it'll go back to that again. But I don't want to change anything because I still don't really feel safe. I really don't. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, that's still the order, but you're taking the children over to his house to visit.
Yeah, I do not get out of the car really unless the girls have extra stuff they need me to help them carry. But other than that, I do not go face to face with him or any of that stuff. I stay in my car and they get out and go upstairs. I make sure they go inside. Same thing when he drops them off. I'm a safe distance away from him, and my children walk to me, and we come upstairs.
When was the last time that he harassed you, ma'am?
Physically, it's been about 2 years or so. Verbally, just last year when we got the stimulus money and he said that I needed to give it back to him, that's his money, and I told him I didn't receive that. It went to the state. I had nothing to do with that, but he got really outraged about it, and that's mainly what a lot of the things are about. It's not just about the children. It's about him paying his support. He doesn't want to pay support anymore. He wants me to take him off support and come to an agreement where he pays a certain amount a month that suits him. And I'm not in agreement to that because I do not feel that he's
was there some physical altercation between you two?
Yeah, what is that about? I don't remember.
Yes, there has been in the past. He physically abused me a lot. And
when?
It's like I said, it's been some years ago already. It's been about 2 years since the last time that because he lived on it was a garage apartment over a barber shop. He hit me while I was in the car with the kids were in the car. He slapped the hell out of me, and I almost ran over his foot. And I called the cops, but I don't remember exactly what date that was. But that was the last time he put his hands on me.
Your Honor, and if I can add, just to interject, on page 9 of that 2014 order, it did give the parties additional terms that they were supposed to use family talk to communicate regarding the children. I don't know if that's still happening.
Nothing's changed from that order. That's going to be, it's all going to be the same. So I'm going to go ahead and grant the non-disclosure. Give me an order. All right.
May we be excused, sir?
Yes.